The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
All right, the best way to support The David Pakman Show, become a David Pakman Show member. We're talking about pennies a day. You'll get a full archive of shows, the commercial-free podcast, as well as commercial-free video of the entire show. No, none of that watching individual clips necessary, as well as the bonus show, audio and video, hosted and produced by producer Louis Motamedi. davidpakman.com/membership. Mainstream media is ignoring the melting Arctic ice situation, and it's shocking, and I'm going to talk to you about it. And again, this was God bless him, and you know I don't use that term, Louis. Forrest Bradford, David Pakman Show member, very astutely pointed out, sent me a ton of great information about this, and pointed out that this is just not being covered by mainstream media. And I'm wondering if it's because it's not really, it's not a ratings driver, or again, whether the mainstream media, in this incredible fear of being perceived as liberal for reporting fact, is choosing not to report on this story.
Okay. You're asking me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there are other issues at hand right now. I mean, we're just talking about our country, right? I mean, what's coverage like in other countries? I don't know. I mean, we're pretty preoccupied here at the moment with election stuff.
So you're saying just because American media is dropping the ball on the melting Arctic ice doesn't mean that around the world media is dropping the ball.
Right. I can't speak to the rest of the world, but I mean, I will say that often there are distractions here and there are issues that are being talked about that are less important because they get higher ratings.
Well, the situation in the Arctic and everywhere like such as is as follows. Within a decade, we could see summer days that are completely ice-free, according to a British scientist. Dr. Seymour Laxon at the University College London Centre for Polar Observation and Modeling told BBC Radio that early satellite data suggests that Arctic ice is actually melting at a rate even faster than scientists had previously warned. Let's put up the satellite image, Natan, the compilation image. This is a combination of data from NASA's IceSat, as well as preliminary results from European Space Agency satellite Cryosat-2, we're finding a 50% greater rate of ice loss than in past estimates. Now, if you look at this, the orange line that you can see around here, and hopefully you can see that, that was the median ice coverage from 1979 to 2000. As you can see, drastically reduced. I mean, that looks to me, Louis, like a 30 or even close to 35, 40% reduction in the median ice coverage there. And, you know, there's kind of two points of view on this. Some will say, okay, fine, we can't deny that this is what it looks like right now. We reject that changes over a 30-year period are even valuable long term. We're talking about the Earth being around for a really, really, really long time, assuming you're not one of those people who thinks it's only 6,000 years. Therefore, we just don't know if this equivalent change has ever happened in any other 30-year period. Maybe this is normal. We don't know.
Right. I mean, there are many scientists who claim that it is almost impossible to know if the weather patterns we're experiencing are are part of the normal ebb and flow, and if the ice melting is also a normal occurrence, as it could go in the opposite direction at some point too.
What we do know, however, that counteracts that, and it is pretty significant, is a lot of different stuff, including the fact that we can measure how long a lot of this ice has been frozen, and some of it would be indicative of the fact that it's not really that common. Okay, that's number one. And number two, that we're very, very much aware of the immediate effects that significant ice melt would have, particularly through the rise in the levels of water in different places around the world, and what effect that would have because of where cities are located, because of where agriculture is located, so on and so forth. So again, NASA's Tom Wagner saying specific melting events could be part of natural variation. We have abundant evidence that Greenland is also losing ice, probably because of global warming, and it is significantly contributing to sea level rise, which would be a huge problem.
Yes, a huge problem for coastal communities all over the world.
By the way, as the ice melts, what's Shell doing? Shell is trying to do more drilling in the Arctic. They're saying, hey, we can access some of, because of the ice melt, we have access to more areas now. Let's just start getting more of that oil out, which of course, the consumption and drilling for fossil fuels is a big part of the problem that we're having.
Yeah, but of course they're going to capitalize on that.